So my name is Mary Fran, and I am an avid reader. I have been an avid reader all my life, and I am excited to share my reading journeys with you. I am married. We do not have any children together. However, we do have a plethora of animals. You will probably get to meet them at some point because some of them are very loud. The cat, she stays pretty much to herself. The dog is a Newfoundland, and she will be around at some point, putting her face up against mine, trying to get into the picture. And the bird also gets very mouthy, so sometimes you'll hear him talking to us. He is over there just kind of talking a little bit, just chirping a little bit, grumbly noises. So I think he's gearing up to join us. So as I said, I am an avid reader. I have been a reader all my life. Reading is like my passion, and I have no one to share it with. So here I am to share it with you. I decided to go ahead and do the Booktube's Introduction Tag, just so you guys can get to know me, to figure out why I'm here and what I'm doing. So the first question is, why am I starting this channel? And this channel is actually coming from something deep within me. I actually have been online with weight loss for a lot of years, as I've struggled to lose weight, as I have lost weight, as I've regained, you name it, I've been there. And a while back, I'm just like, but that's not all who I am. I'm so much more than that. And it made me start to think, what else am I? And one of the main things is I am a reader. I love to read. I love to talk about my books. And well, that's who I am. So here I am to share, because I don't have anybody to share my books with. I'm like just reading books. I think about them, I ponder them, and then, no one to talk to. Isn't that depressing? And I'm like, no, we are going to share this, and we are going to build a community of people that I can talk to about books, I can get recommendations from, I can do all of this. So here we go. So what is something fun and unique that you're going to bring to Booktube? You know, I'm still working on that. There are so many booktubers out there, and they're doing amazing things, but I am a unique person. My thoughts are unique, my ideas are unique, my pets are unique, you name it, I'm unique. And you know what? That makes this channel unique. So number 3, what are you most excited about for this channel? And the most exciting thing for me is to actually build up a community of people that love books, people that want to talk about books, people that want to communicate and interact about books. Books are my passion. Love them, love them, love them. And I want to build up a community around books. Number 4, what do you love about reading? I absolutely love to step into a book and to lose myself in the story. I want to lose myself in the passion of the romance. I want to lose myself in this terror of the horror. I want to lose myself in another world. Okay, that just kind of made me sound psychotic, like I'm trying to ignore the world and I want to get away. But honestly, my life is good. I just like to step into another world and feel. And the other thing about it is I learn so much. Even when it's fiction, I learned something. Just the other year, I remember I was reading a book, and I had read a book about the bookwoman, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up here. And the book was a good read. It was just a nice, easy read. But I learned about the blue people, and I was like, that can't be real. That just can't be true. Blue people? Who knew? There are blue people. And so I had to research it, and so it led me down a whole little different path, and who knew? So reading opens the world to me, it shows me, it teaches me, and it lets me feel all kinds of things that I normally wouldn't be able to feel. So the next question is, what book or series got me into reading? And it's really ironic, but we are cleaning out my mom's house, and I was able to bring home some of the first books that got me into reading. Cousin Matilda and the Foolish Wolf. Whose baby is that? The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. These books are what sparked my love of reading. Sure, my mom read them to me when I was really young, but as soon as I could read, she had me reading them, and I read them over and over. And my love of reading never stopped. I can remember a bunch of series from when I was a kid. The most common one that everybody would probably be like, of course she read that, Little House on the Prairie. Devoured those over and over and over again. My parents started me out with a softback set, and I read them so many times that they had to upgrade me to a hardback. So yeah, it's been a lifelong love of reading. Number 6, what question would you ask of your favorite booktuber? And that would honestly be, did you build the community that you wanted? Did you build the community? Did you get what you wanted out of creating this booktube? Number 7, what do you think is the biggest challenge to starting a booktube channel? And I know for me, it's going to be those first months when it's going so slow. I don't have a community yet. I'm still plugging away at creating my videos. And that's going to be the hardest part for me. I'm going to be plugging away. I'm going to be consistently doing it, but there's not going to be the community, and that's what I crave. Number 8, I already answered. When did I start to read? My mom was reading to me very, very young, and as soon as I knew words, I was reading on my own. Number 9, what kind of books do you like to read? I always laugh and say I like anything that has words. Plain and simple. However, I am a little bit more picky than that. I do not like sci-fi. If it gets a little bit kind of weird, maybe not. I need it to be a little bit believable. So a little sci-fi, a little out there, that's not my thing. I love romance because it's just a nice, easy read. You feel good. It takes your emotions. You deal with the pain, but love always triumphs in the end. So romance is a good one. I have been trying to read a lot more self-help and nonfiction. On my other channel, I'm calling it Books to Edify My Mind. I like psychological thrillers, murder mysteries. I like them all. And what does your book collection look like? And this one I might get a lot of slack for, but I used to have a huge book collection. I had a library, and it was wall-to-wall books, and I actually had books doubled in. And I went through a stage in my life, I was going through a divorce, and I knew that I could not take them all. So I, over a period of months, unloaded them all to Goodwills, bookshops, you name it, they are there. It was one of the saddest things I've had to do, but it was necessary to move on with my life, and I'm in a much better place now, so win-win. Tagging on to that, right about the same time, I had a friend that was like, oh my word, you need to read digitally. And I kept saying, no, not this girl. I need the books. I need to hear the pages. I want to feel the pages. I want to smell the ink. I want to hear when you open that up that first time and hear that little crack of the binding. That's pure bliss. And she actually went ahead and bought me a cheap little tablet to use. And I looked at it, I'm like, no, not gonna do it. And I kind of resisted. I tried once or twice, but I'm like, seriously, this is horrible. So I had resisted using the tablet because I'm like, I like my books. But I was going on vacation and I was getting ready to pack my books. We were flying and I did not want to check my luggage. So I started to think about how many books I needed to take. And I'm like, okay, we're going to be gone for such and such time, and we're going to the ocean, and we're going to be sitting by the ocean, and we're going to be at the pool. So I know it's going to be a lot of relaxing. So I'm probably going to want to take a lot of books, a book for this day and a book for that day. And then, so but then I was starting to add books in. Well, okay, that's probably would be enough. But then what happens if I don't like a book and I have a DNF? I better take an extra one. So my stack of books was growing. I'm trying to do a carry-on luggage and I'm running out of space. And I was like, okay, I give in, I cave, I yield. Let me go ahead and take this tablet. So I loaded a whole bunch of books onto the tablet. And I took one tablet with me. And I read the whole time, and it was fabulous because I was like, right there it is. I've got a new book. I didn't have to run back to the hotel room to go get another book. I didn't have to worry about it. I just had books lined up, and I read to my heart's content. And I was like, this might not be so bad. And slowly but gradually, I started reading more digitally. And at this point, I would say probably 90% of what I read is digital. I love the fact that I can finish a book at 3 in the morning, because yes, I will find myself reading till 3 in the morning. And then I'm like, but I need the next book. I need to find another book. And so I'm laying in bed. Yep, I'm at the library. I'm just checking it out. And so I can go to the library and check books out right online. It's fabulous. I don't have to worry about taking them back. They just automatically disappear. Online libraries are fabulous. And I fell in love. So I actually read digitally. I'm going to get a lot of slack for that one, aren't I? So that's all about me and where I am with my reading. I cannot wait to share my journey into whatever book I read with you.